The USCSS Patna was a Conestoga-class troop transport that was used and owned by the Weyland-Yutani Company during the late 2100s. The vessel served an important role to one of the company's most infamous executives involved in dangerous biological black projects. The USCSS Patna served as Weyland-Yutani executive Michael Bishop's mobile headquarters, whilst operating across the frontier of the Middle Heavens region. Originally designed as a troop transport, being of the Conestoga class, the vessel was refitted and converted into a medical frigate and laboratory by Weyland-Yutani after they purchased it. In total, the vessel's interior was refitted to accommodate 6 internal science labs and a full surgical suite with numerous med pods. Not requiring the extra firepower and attempting to keep a low profile when moving through potentially hostile or dangerous space lanes, the Patna was stripped of all of its railguns and missile pods. It's not currently known when the company purchased the ship or how long it was operating under them, or how long it was operating previously to being owned by them as well. By the year 2179, however, we do know that the vessel had made a stop at the colony world of Motaina. While there, the vessel received a data packet from the USS Sulaco. The Sulaco had previously been on a mission to LV-426 in order to investigate the disappearance of the Hadley's Hope colony on the moon and potentially discover a xenomorph presence there. After leaving the moon, the Sulaco suffered an internal fire that would force the ejection of its EEV, containing the survivors of the Hadley's Hope incident, onto the planet Fiorina 161. These events were all recorded to the vessel's black box and transmitted to the USCSS Patna while still at Motaina. The Patna was dispatched immediately to investigate the EEV crash on Fiorina 161, given that according to the black box, Ellen Ripley within her stasis pod had been subject to foreign alien materials, likely a facehugger, with the company surmising that a Manumula noxhydria and its acidic blood was likely what started the fire, attempting to get access to its host body. If the company could secure the corpse of Ripley, then it would likely be able to study some part of whatever genetic materials was left behind by the creature within her. Whilst on its way to Fury, the vessel received an additional transmission on the matter. This time it was a communication from the superintendent of the prison facility located on the planet, who informed the company that the individual known as Ellen Ripley had crash-landed on the planet and had actually survived said crash. Given the increased likelihood of a healthy matured specimen being present on the planet, Michael Bishop would call for the vessel and its crew to push the FTL drives to their limits to rapidly reach the planet in order to obtain his ultimate prize. Carrying a crew of Weyland-Yutani mercenaries, special dog catcher commandos, scientists including Sora Matsushita, and of course Michael Bishop himself, the USCSS Patna would quickly arrive at Fury and deploy Bishop and his team to the surface in order to secure any xenomorph specimens or materials that they could find. While ultimately failing to secure any live XX-121 specimens, the team were able to collect some blood samples from the planet's Class C Work Correctional Facilities infirmary. These were taken from Ellen Ripley during her time being used as a host by a Plagiaris praepotent, or chestburster. While there was recombinant hybrid human XX-121 DNA present in the samples, the technology and the knowledge of how to extract the XX-121 DNA from the human DNA did not currently exist. This led to the entire mission being labelled a failure. However, Ripley's blood work was kept safe in case of future prospects of potentially separating the genome or the two genomes of the creatures into the future. The Patna would transport the crew and the final survivor of Fury off-world to a new correctional facility. One Robert Morse would be the final survivor, and he would go on to create a somewhat recount of the events that he had lived on Fury in his novella titled Space Beast. Following this, the vessel would continue to comb the frontier of space in search of potential xenomorphic materials, to obtain them for use in Michael Bishop's presumed to be illegal black projects. Around 4 years later, in the year 2183, the vessel could be frequently seen docking at the corporate berth at Anchor Point Station, likely making back and forth trips for restocking and refueling between trips to the frontier and the deep space colonies, in search of any potential alien relics or materials for use in the company's black projects. How much longer the vessel continued to operate after this fact is currently unknown. However, though, considering that the Patna had been rumoured to be carrying nuclear weapons aboard whilst travelling through illegal UPP space, it would seem that this vessel is playing with fire and might not have that long left to fly the middle heavens if it's doing so. If you really want to support what we do here and gain a bunch of awesome rewards, consider joining as a Project ACHERON channel member, like Project Director Chris Dasinger, company representatives TheSixxness, M56 Smart Gunner, and Sith Lord 906, and like team members Raunchy, Ambrosia, the Ryan Smee, and Jack Fleming Jr. I hope to see and hear from you all again very soon. Project ACHERON, bringing the knowledge and the power directly to you.